Hello everyone, welcome back to the Kerbal space program. Last time we actually managed to finally successfully land on Duna with a little pod. That's still on there, I'm going to keep it on there. But right now I'm going to try something a little bit different. We're just going to move away from interplanetary space travel for an episode. And I'm going to try and make fireworks. Because if I just suddenly had this idea. So I want to make fireworks. Basically rockets that explode after a certain amount of time, sort of while they're in the air. So I'm going to use the unmanned pod for this, just for the tests, because I want to sort of a pod that sits on the ground, but they launch as side things, so you can launch several at a time. I'm just going to use the unmanned pod for a bit, just to test out different ways of doing this. Also, I've got a Space Navigator mouse. Well, Space Navigator, like a joystick thing. It's for 3D stuff, to help you move around in the 3D world. And I just suddenly realised you might be able to use the Kerbal space program as a sort of a joystick thing, to help out with RCS. Because it's not, you don't hold it like you do a normal joystick, but it would be quite useful for certain things involving RCS and sort of a way of simultaneously controlling the roll and yaw of the ship whilst also translating for rendezvous and stuff. Now, back to this. I know the boosters on their own don't do anything, but I do know from experience that using separatrons that point at the booster can actually make it explode. For, well, obvious reasons, I suppose. So I'm just going to see what happens if I point two separatrons at each other on a booster. See if anything happens. I don't know whether this is actually going to be successful in any way. This is just a thing that I want to try. Because science. Okay. Let's just try launching this. I'm not going to bother saving anything until we've got a design that actually works. If we ever manage to do that. Oh yeah, I say but I wanted to start doing live streaming actually. I've got a Twitch account, so I can watch the KSP devs and Scott Manley and stuff. But I want to do live streaming myself as well, give it a go. So I can have some sort of user input and do things, take suggestions live rather than sort of recording something and then you watch it in the future. So I have no idea what you're going to say, if anything, in the comments. So if you like the idea, just post it down in the comments and when a good convenient time would be. Sort of time of day, because I don't know when most of my viewers are, really. So sort of a convenient time of day for you, so that I can sort of work out some sort of a compromise. So I think 7 PM EST, Eastern Southern Time, I think that is probably a good time. But just post in the comments when convenient times are for you, and also what time, what do you call them? Time zone you're in as well. Like whether you're using EST or Southern Pacific Time or Greenwich Mean Time or whatever. Or Eastern, is it something Mountain Time as well? I don't know what the names of all of them. Anyway, let's just test this and see what happens. I've got the separatrons on the same place as the booster, so we should just suddenly take off and hopefully something will happen. So, 3, 2, 1. Nope, nothing happened. Okay. The overheat warning. Hang on a sec, I just remembered. I know if you put boosters together, they overheat each other. Solid boosters. And also make it go quite high in a very short space of time, which is also ideal. So let's try this. See how much overheat we get. If any. Oh, there we go. Oh, here we go. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Before they run out of fuel, before they run out of fuel, before they run out of fuel. Yes! Result. Okay. they kind of fell apart. They didn't exactly all explode. So I'm just going to take that away. Put this on a big fuel tank and a couple of, well, just a launch stabilizer will do. Oh, hang on. How am I going to attach that though? Oh no, hang on. If I put, I don't know what the orientation is actually. If that is correct, this would be point. Actually, let's just see which way that's pointing. Because I want that pointing to the left, I suppose. Okay, that's pointing at the launch pad. So I do want that the other way around. Okay. Oop, slightly off. Right, and then I want fuselages. I think, do I? Well, I suppose... No, because how are the boosters actually going to fit? Unless what I do is scrap that and put just a couple of heavy fuel tanks and then have them all radially mounted but all linked to each other, but not to this, so it jettisons and then launches everything up in the air. Let's try that. So I know I can fit 6 on, because it's just those 6 outer boosters that are the ones that actually end up jettisoning, or not jettisoning, exploding. Although in the Kerbal universe, jettisoning and exploding, same thing. So let's just strut them together. And hope this works. It's funny, in the Kerbal Space Program, when you try, well, normally when you try and make things work, they explode. I'm trying to make things explode. Maybe I should try and make it work instead, it might be more successful. Oh, where is the launch stabilizer gone? Ah, it's there. Oop. Just 2 of them. What? Oh, okay. It wants to use 6 of them. Right, so it'll activate them, then jettison them. Oh, but I don't want those activating. Wait, those are the struts. No, those... Ah, right, okay. That should be okay then, I think. Let's see what happens. Okay. Douche. Oh, yes. Look at that. One of them survived. Well, that didn't take as long as I thought it would. Still going. Whoa, there we go. Oh, let's try that again. That was amazing. Oh. Come on, come on. Please do exactly the same thing again. Because they sort of... the struts didn't hold them together properly and they all imploded into each other. See that again? Bang. And then there's always one that survives. Well, that's going pretty far. Well, that's going into space. Let's see where it ends up, actually. It's actually going like twice the speed of sound already. Whoa, the G's just suddenly shot up. Let's see where it goes. Because ideally, this might sound kind of horrible, but ideally I don't want any survivors. So, you know. Otherwise it looks messy. But quite funny, actually. So maybe I shouldn't bother, because then you end up with these raining pieces down that explode. Yeah, that went pretty far. Almost 15 kilometers away. What is that? Is that a plant or something? Okay, a random firework has just alerted me to the fact that there's something there. let's just remember, it's by the lake. I'll remember that for future stuff. Actually, having the fuel tank there might be able to obliterate all of them. Or if I put struts on the top? No, that would prevent them from imploding. Okay, well let's just make a new one and base it on the design. But I'll use this pod so I can actually attach stuff on the top of it. Then I just have a fuselage there. Oh, hang on a second, I needed a coupler. Decoupler, down there we go. Right, and then launch stabilizers. Or just 2 of them will do. Yep, and then 6 boosters. Actually, I don't need them. Wait, if I do that, the boosters won't actually. Oh, hang on, no, that'll be fine because of they won't implode, but they'll still overheat, so they'll get a lot higher. And then because there's the fuel tank there, they should all just completely obliterate at the same time. Let's see what happens anyway. This might be a better design. Especially the fact that they're much closer together here as well. There you go. If they fit... Oh no, they don't fit, do they? Because of the decoupler. Oh, okay, yes they do. Awesome. Do I want to put another fuel tank on there just to make up the chance of its inevitable explosion? Oh, that's pretty. It's like a kaleidoscope of fuel tanks. No. Let's not bother actually. So I want that to decouple. Well, I want that there, and then not bother activating that stage, or else that would just collapse. Yeah. Okay. Let's try launching that. And see what see what happens. Well, it exploded. What happened there? Oh, I think that if you jettison a part when you try and fire it, it won't actually fire it sometimes, so I will have to have that on a separate stage. So let's just try that again and just double tap the space bar and try and get it launched as quickly as possible. And douche. Wee. There's smoke. I can't see what's happening. It's going into space. It's despawned. Well, let's just try that again. And let's switch to it just as it takes off, just to see whether it does actually end up exploding eventually. Should have just restarted the flight, actually. Okay, 3, 2, 1, when the physics are loaded. Doosh. Switch to it. It kind of decoupled itself. There's no overheat. It's pitching over. That's not good. What is it doing? Whee! Come on, explode, damn it, explode. There we go. Boom. Oh, and it left the fuel tank. That was quite cool, actually. It's just that it takes too long to overheat. It ends up going up way too high. And then it leaves the fuel tank behind. This is a problem. So I've sort of got a design for a firework, but it's not that good. Because ideally I need it to be like the first one, where it just sort of explodes really quickly. I think the implosion method worked the best. So let's try that again, actually, the implosion method. I don't even need the decoupler this time. But we'll try it with less boosters. I know that seems a bit weird, saying if it doesn't work add less boosters, but it does work sometimes. Hey, hang on a minute, the solid fuel boosters. Actually, yeah. Let's just see. Actually, I think I can just control Z, can't I? Let's just see how the large solid boosters do. If I can do anything. Oh, hang on, that worked. What the hell? Oh. Oh no, it worked earlier. Ah, there we go. I don't know what it's attached to, but let's just try launching it. This is going to go for a lot longer, but I just want to see if these overheat as well. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Whoa! Okay. That wasn't very stable. I think because I've only got one fuel tank here, I'm just going to have to add a lot more. Unless using the structural fuselage, this would be better. Well, I'm just trying to reduce how high they actually go by adding a bit more weight to them, even though it won't really change it that much. I'd rather keep them fairly low. Oh, I've added one too many fuel tanks. Come on. There we go. Okay, let's try this. And switch to it as soon as we fire. Oh, didn't wait for the physics to load. Ah, yes, yes. Oh, something exploded, and yeah, that's not working, is it? It's making pretty patterns though. I see it. Where is it? Oh no, I've lost it. Oh, is it despawned? Yeah, it's... oh nuts, I've despawned it. That was quite cool though, but didn't work. It just destroyed itself. It's got too much thrust, I think. Okay, well we'll try the implosion method again. Just 4 this time, he says, selecting 3. Aha. Because I think the 6 sort of holding each other together, that's why one of them always survived. Whereas 4, there's loads more room, they can plough into each other at greater speed. So I hope that it will work. Yeah, these struts are just to hold them together for long enough for them to actually get up to a reasonable height before imploding. Okay, right. This isn't your normal idea of what fireworks should look like, but at least it's at night. So, strange camera things. 3, 2, 1. Oh. Well, that didn't work. This is quite cool, actually. It's like launching 2 rockets at the same time. Oh, they're going over the ocean. Don't know how much fuel they've got either. Hey, there we go. That was not good. Let's just try that again, see whether it's just my technique, because they sort of bounced. So if I sort of start the engines, because they last for about 25 seconds, so if I start them up and then release them when they're stable, like this, and then poof, yay! Oh, yeah, one of them survived again. Oh, wait, hang on, it's swirling. That's quite cool. That's because the decoupler's still on it. I still think that using 6 fuel tanks is actually a better one, because if it stays together for longer, this method kind of it blows itself apart shortly after getting over the launch tower, And even Kerbals should know that that is quite dangerous. Whereas the 6 actually go a lot higher and have a much prettier boom. A prettier explosion. So, strut this together. I think I used more struts last time as well, actually. I used 3. That might have had something to do with it. Well, let's just see anyway. And physics. There we go. You can always tell when it just bounces a little bit. Okay. Boom. Boom. Oh, hang on. That exploded prematurely. Oh, and there's something swirling in the sky. That's nice. So we get a pattern as well. That's awesome. It's coming down. It's coming down. I swear that smoke's sort of yellow and then it turns grey. Whoa! That was close. That was way too close for comfort. Okay, I'll save that. I'll save it. There's solid booster firework. Firework, and I'll make a new one that uses liquid engines, just for the sake of it, because why not? Because I know that when you actually, hang on, let's just use this one just to see whether my theory is correct. I know that when you point engines at fuel tanks, they do tend to explode. Like Separatrons do actually destroy fuel tanks. I know this for a fact because I've done it. So let's just do that and put 4 of these around the edge, and then put Separatrons on them. Because I definitely know it works with the large fuel tanks, but I don't know whether it works with the smaller ones. So, yeah, definitely pointing there. And, oh, that's even further in. Like that. Quite level. Oh, that's even further. Actually, that's touching it. Although that might not work then, because if it might spawn the flame inside it, and then it sort of goes a bit weird. That'll do. I can't seem to get it much straighter than that. Yeah, that's not what he said. Okay. Let's add some launch stabilizers, just because it might be a bit top heavy and fall over, and I don't want that to happen just yet, though I do want it to happen eventually. Right, let's try this. Okay, let's kill rotation, throttle all the way up, and 3, 2, 1. Boom! There we go. Oh, and the rest of it survived. Oh, it's oh no, there. Hang on. What? No. Oh, it's despawned. Darn it. I caught it just for a second there. Let's just restart that. And, because the Separatrons seem to only destroy one fuel tank, the upper fuel tank. The lower fuel tank survived. So if I just have the upper fuel tank... Okay, 3, 2, 1, remember to throttle up and kill the rotation. Go. There we go. This is going to go for a while. It also detonated way too soon. Is gravity turning? Oh, thought it had a chance of getting into space just then. Got pretty far though. Okay. So I've got too many fuel tanks. So where am I going to put these? Let's just try not bothering with them, because if I've got one less fuel tank, I won't even need it. Oh, put the engine on the wrong one. Okay. But I do have a concern that it is blowing up very, very quickly. And not taking these with it. The Separatrons, if I could delay them and fire them a few seconds later, that would be ideal. Because otherwise it just explodes as soon as it lifts off. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Okay, okay, that was impressive, but not what I wanted. Well, let's just try replacing these with normal fuel tanks. Otherwise, I'll just try the implosion method again, but with the fuel tanks instead of the solid boosters. Because I also know that solid boosters don't tend to, liquid fuels engines don't usually explode very easily. Oh, I'll have to do it a bit weird. Let's just try that. They don't. The engines don't normally overheat very, very easily if they're close together, unless you have a ridiculously stupid rocket, which is pretty hard to make actually. So 3, 2, 1. Whoa! Okay, well, that was pretty awesome. Let's just do that again. I think part of the problem is because of the immense weight, it's actually struggling to take off. Let's just do that again. Oh, okay. I forgot to turn everything on. Let's try that again. Yeah, because this engine is struggling to actually make it take off. Ooh. That was quite cool. Okay. Well, let's just do something stupid. There we go, that will work. Oh no, I went back. There we go, it's saved. Right, this should have enough thrust. 3, 2, 1. Whoa! Okay. That was terrible. That was absolutely terrible. Pretty, but terrible. Okay, I'll try one last thing then. Which is basically... this, but with liquid engines. I might have put them a bit lower. Let's just try strutting it up and see what happens. Okay. There we go. Three. Oh, hang on. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Oh yes, that was brilliant. Not perfect, but pretty good. The way they sort of converged. But unfortunately, and this is kind of irritating, they didn't explode very spectacularly. It's not like with the solid boosters where it made this enormous explosion with loads of particles everywhere. So what I'm going to try and do is put more powerful engines on and put solid boosters on the top. The solid boosters won't fire, they'll just look cool. and hopefully provide the boom. So let's try strutting this back up more. Hopefully it won't be too rigid. Okay, let's try this. There we go. 3, 2, 1. Oh. Yeah, that didn't work. It looks like it looks a bit like it worked, but it didn't, because there was no boom. Let's just go from one of the point of views. Oh, hang on, it hasn't actually blown anything up. It's got both of them firing at the same time, making this really nice effect, actually. Oh, they actually ran out of fuel. Down they go. Boom. Lots of booms. Okay. Oh, there's one behind me. 2 behind me. Okay. Still smoke there. Well, okay, that doesn't work. That just does not work. So let's just try... There we go. Let's just try launching this again just to see what it looks like. I ought to do just a little machinima kind of fireworks show with this. 3, 2, 1. Boom. I might do more of this, just random, trying to make everyday sort of things, but with Kerbal Space Program. Making fireworks with rockets. Let's just try removing these struts and have one more go just to see if it gets any higher. 3, 2, 1. Boom! I like that. That's quite cool. I wish that it completely obliterated itself, but that's quite cool. Okay. So that was just a bit of random fun. I might make a whole display with this, just like landing units. Why am I pointing at the screen? Landing units of these on like the moon and stuff, and launching them from the moon, and making a bit of an interplanetary firework display. Assuming they work on the moon. But yeah, just to look cool. So yeah, that was a weird firework design. I'll try and improve on it. If you want more sort of random stuff like that, please do say. In fact, if I live stream, that'll be a thing that I'll be doing. Trying to land a firework thing on the moon and launching fireworks off. But anyway, if you want more, please subscribe. I did that in an odd order. Ooh, that's weird. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye.